Okay, guys, so let's continue. Now we are going to be going into the lesson of the day. So this is the quadratic formula, which you will not have to memorize, okay? This will be on your star reference sheet. We will be using this to help us solve for the roots or the zeros. Very important for us to understand how to use this. So this is called the quadratic formula. And let's go ahead and go into the first example. Okay, so as you can see here, it's in the reference sheet. Let's go ahead and look at this. Okay, so the whole point of this formula is to input your A, B, and C. So this is the A, this is the B, this is the C. So you will be taking the coefficients to a term A and B, and then you're going to take your constant to input into this formula. Okay, so I am going to now take this formula and place parentheses wherever I see variables. So I see negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c over 2a. Okay, so what I'm going to do is place these coefficients and constants into these parentheses. And I will be referring to my quadratic formula at all times so that I place the correct values in the correct spots. Okay? So, if you notice this negative symbol, this plus or minus symbol, I had to keep all my symbols where they needed to be. The only difference is that my letters, my variables, got replaced with the parentheses. So if you forget this negative symbol and you forget to put it there, it will change your outcome. It will make your answers wrong. So first of all, I'm going to go with B. That's the first part of my formula, which is negative 4. I'm going to place that negative 4 here. Okay. Next will be B squared. So I'm taking this B again, placing it here. Next I have A and C. A is 1. C is 3. A is 1 again. So what we did was write the equation in standard form. If necessary, it was in standard form because of the 0. We identified the A, B, and C. We substituted A, B, and C into the formula. Now the next step is to simplify the expression. So I'm going to take it a chunk at a time and solve what I can. So here I have negative times negative 4. You can do this in your calculator if you're not comfortable using with integers. You'll put negative times negative 4 with the parentheses just as it shows, and it'll give you a value of positive 4. Plus or minus the square root of whatever we get inside of this thing. Negative 4 squared is equal to positive 16. Negative 4 times 1 times 3 is negative 12. 2 times 1 is 2. But there is something else that I need to do here. The 16 minus 12 I could simplify and place as 16 minus 12 equaling to 4. 4 plus or minus the square root of 4 over 2. The next step is to split the expression into two equations that solve for x. So how do I do that? So let me just go ahead and remember this because I'm going to erase it all. 4 plus or minus square root over 2, okay. Here we go. 4 plus or minus square root over 2. I'm going to split this into two equations to solve for x. X equals 4 plus the square root of 4 over 2. And then my second equation will be x equals 4 minus the square root of 4 over 2. So what helped me understand to split this is this little symbol here. I cannot do that symbol at the same time. It's just telling me I have to add, and I also have to subtract. Okay? You can actually use NSolve for this, a special tool in our yellow calculators. So how do I get to that? I press menu, then algebra. The next button to press would be numerical solve. This is an awesome tool because it helps you solve for unknown variables. When you type this into the calculator, make sure that you press or select your fraction. I'm going to place this as a fraction. You're going to put as your numerator 4 plus the square root of 4 over 2. And then in your calculator, you're going to put comma x. Because if you don't do that, it will not solve for it. Once you get the answer, that'll be your root. Okay? Then you're going to go to the next one. X equals 4 minus the square root of 4 over 2. You're going to press menu, algebra, numerical solve, place this. Okay, place this whole thing with a comma x. In fact, I messed up over here because I had to include the x equals. So you would type x equals this fraction, 4 minus the square root of 4 over 2, comma x. It'll help you solve for x. Okay, then you're going to place your root here. So these are two solutions to the quadratic formula. Or I could just do this by hand. If you're very good at it, that is, if you're comfortable with doing that. The square root of 4 is 2. So I get 4 plus 2 over 2. So that's 6 over 2, which is 3. So this again, 4 minus 2 over 2, which is 1. Okay? There are different ways to do this. Now, you don't have to do the numerical solve. You could just put this expression into your calculator, put 4 plus square root of 4 over 2, and it should solve it just as well. The numerical solve is awesome, especially when your variables are out of place where you have to work backwards. This is just a great tool for you guys to utilize if you need to use it.